Hello YouTube fam. Today we're playing Orzhov in best of one ranked standard. We have a lot of the usual suspects here. You'll see your typical graveyard trespasser, infernal grass combo. But today we're really leaning into the power of farewell to sort of clean up against green white go wide decks. We're still leaning on the power of evoke despair and Liliana in small numbers, and then in places where we're going to leave up mana with an infernal grasp, it's nice to have a Reckoner Bank Buster to either kill something with Infernal Grasp, or to draw a card if they don't play anything worth killing. We also have a couple fun ofs. We have the Sorin, the Mirthless, Shouldred. I really like Shouldred, but I wanted to try to keep this deck lower curve if possible, and try not to have that many creatures in case we need Farewell. So I didn't want to always be Farewelling or Shouldred. And then, the fun of Sorin and Elspeth. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Alright, starting hand, 2 lands, a couple of removal spells, Liliana. If we can get a third land here, I think this hand's pretty good. We are on the play though, but I think I'm going to keep this hand. Playing against Smurf, so we'll see if they're true to their name. Lead with the Sun, Lit Marsh here. Tap lands always first. Cold Constrict, okay. So that's graveyard themed. It's also a 2/1, so we can leave up our cut down here if we would like. I think we're going to do that. So that way we can guarantee the Liliana on 2. And if they play something here, I think I'll cut down the Cold Conscript so we can Liliana minus. Yep, exactly how we anticipated it to go. So they're going to play. I wasn't really expecting Inkrise Infiltrator, but they're playing Inkrise Infiltrator. We're going to cut down this Conscript, and then we're going to go ahead and play Liliana minus and really pull ahead in this game. Looks our opponent's on mono black with some sort of graveyard theme. With the Cult Conscript. This isn't a skeleton though. You would somewhat expect if you're gonna play Cult Conscript to. It's a Cult Conscript says non-skeleton. Well, hey, I was telling my opponent that they should do something else with their deck, and they know more than me. Who knew that? People know more about their deck than I do. Okay, so if a non-skeleton creatures die, they can bring that back. Okay, good to know. Drawing a land there was nice. We are going to tick up here. Just a question of what we're going to get rid of. This Cruelty is kind of sitting in our hand. Super powerful card, obviously. I think we're actually... We do want a plus. Because even if we do kill this Doom Dissenter, it'll make a 2/2 and get killed Liliana. So we'd probably rather the Doom Dissenter just attack the Liliana and we just tick up every turn. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to discard this Infernal Grasp. See what they discard here. Swamp, okay. I'm just going to go ahead and pass. Gonna make the opponent kill their own Doom Dissenter if they want the 2/2 reward. Restless Bloodseeker. Okay. Coming up to Liliana, that's what we expected. They're contemplating some sort of a pump spell here. Oh, just Death Touch, okay. We're just cycling a card here. Secures spot to do that in. I think I'm now going to take this opportunity to kill this Restless Bloodseeker so that when it dies, they can't return the Cult Conscript since they tapped out. So we do have the Caves. And don't want to play the Cruelty or the Invoke. I could play the Invoke on the third option to grab a creature, but there aren't any great creatures in the yard. I think I'm just going to take a peek at their hand and decide after that. Okay, so cut down in a swamp. Neither of those I can take with the Cruelty of Gix. Question is, do I want to discard this Invoke Despair? Would I rather the Liliana die? I think I'd rather Liliana die here. I'm going to keep the Invoke Despair. Worth 2 cards currently. If they play a Planeswalker, it's pretty good. Obviously, I could get another Invoke Despair off the Cruelty of Gix, but also could get another Liliana if I really felt like I needed her. But I think she's done her duty this game. She soaked up a little bit of damage and also caused them to sacrifice their Cult Conscript, which they haven't been able to get back yet. Okay, 1 straight to Liliana. Makes sense. Okay, so we drew a Bank Buster. Interesting draw. Don't think I want to get another Cruelty. I think it does that much here. Elspeth's never bad. But I think I'm just going to cast multiple Invoke Despairs in a row. Hope here is to draw a land so I can play, and then next turn also have a land so I can Invoke Despair plus Reckoner Bankbuster. Yep, they create their 2/2. Scoured Barrens sounds good. We can't do anything else. Get the tap land down. So they did have a creature die, so they are going to get this Cult Conscript back here. Yep. That's fine. We're at a healthy life total. We do get to bring a creature back from the graveyard. We probably would have grabbed this Knight of Dusk Shadow if given the opportunity. Not being able to gain life is significant as well. Opponent's giving us some light pressure here. Might take their 1/3. There's nothing really in our yard we can take with the Cruelty of Gix 3rd chapter. I think we're gonna take their 1/3. Just hope to block. Gates of Coilos, okay. Another land wasn't exactly what we were hoping for. Yep, yeah, we're just gonna get the 1/3. It's gonna get. I think whatever we get, it's gonna get cut down. So maybe we should have gotten the 1/1. Not sure they're guaranteed to cut down our 1/3. Or sorry, the Doom Dissenter. If we would have gotten that, they might have just left it. In hindsight, Doom Dissenter probably the better call with a face-up cut down. But you live and learn. Play this Invoke Despair. So they're going to be able to hit us with Knight. It's a good chunk next turn. Hopefully we draw something impactful off this Invoke Despair. Okay, Zombie down. Bankbuster to hand. Okay. Not being able to gain life is kind of tough off this Knight of Dusk Shadow. They can pump again. Hit me for 6 total, and they'd have lethal next turn. So it means I do need to draw something this turn. Have a couple looks at it though. Oh, they didn't pump. Okay, that might be better for us. We have a couple sweepers in the deck that would be pretty good draws here. Probably would lock our opponent out of the game. Soren's not bad. But I think, yeah, first we're going to draw with this Bankbuster. Scoured Barrens isn't a great draw. They're going to be relying on this Life Linker to keep us alive. If they top deck a removal spell, we definitely could be dead. They don't have anything with... Oh, they do. This has menace. Can't block that. Probably going to just block the highest power thing. Okay. Persistent Specimen. Sacrifice and return. That's a nice little combo they have with the Dockside Chef. I kind of like the opponent's deck here. Very low to the ground budget deck. They're playing well though. They haven't made any mistakes or anything. I'm in bronze just starting this season here. Everything at Soren. Okay. That's pretty good. I didn't really care about Soren that much, especially this Dockside Chef. I am very happy to get the Dockside Chef there. Limit their card advantage. Obviously, I don't get into life because of the Knight of Dust Shadow, so probably need to try to draw to get rid of this Knight here. Take 2 draw because I still have enough to play the Wedding Announcement either way. Graveyard Trespasser's not a bad draw there. Graveyard Trespasser, okay. Still can't gain the life, but it is something. Take this Chef. I don't know if they have any reanimation in their deck, but it's their best card, so we'll take that. Now we can block this Knight with the 2 creatures here. I think if they fully pump an attack, I'm double blocking here. We have 5 power on the board. They have 2/2 that can go to a 5/5 if they pump it 3 times. Underdog, not for the blitz cost, okay. Just straight up underdog. Okay. Opponent's gonna make that a 3/3, make us at least trade if we want to double block. Yep, I think we want to double block. We want to be able to get in with our Graveyard Trespasser. If they don't kill our lifelinker, that's very nice. We have a lifelinker. Okay. We're able to gain this life back that they hit us for, more or less. And that was a pretty good draw there. Yep, I think we're gonna attack with a 2/3, and we're gonna sweep the board. Play this Wedding Announcement, and we're gonna leave up the Reckoner Bankbuster. We're gonna make a 2/2, make it a 1/1 with one of them, and be able to crew the Bankbuster as a 4/4 to block the underdog. That's fine. They get our Scoured Barons. Not too worried about that. They have to be cognizant of their life total now too. They're at 9. I know we're at 6, but they have to be worried about it. Yep. I don't think they're really expecting a Reckoner Bankbuster block here. It is the beauty of the double Bankbuster. Make a pilot. Crew up. Free block. Munch. They get their card. But I'm also going to get my card. Farewell, huh? Not bad draw. We are low on things to do, though. Yeah, we're going to attack with both, and then I believe we're going to exile the graveyards. Not the best use of Farewell, but they have a lot of graveyard value there, and now they have a lot less. Want to leave everything on the board that's ours. Obviously, we're drawing a lot of lands right now, but we have a blocker back at home, so that's good. We have 9 coming through to them next turn, so they need to play a blocker of some sort. That doesn't block. As it enters the battlefield tapped. Maybe sacrificing the blood token to find a different card other than a cold conscript in that situation. I would have considered, unless they have a nice synergistic follow-up here. Doesn't appear to be the case. Well, 3 farewells. This is one of the problems with the farewell build. We're not playing against the green-white go-wide deck. It was good in exiling the graveyard, but now we're in a position where we're just looking to kill our opponent. And a lot, you can sub out farewells for planeswalkers, and they would have looked a lot better here. But we're gonna swing all out here with just I think, 2 of the Bank Busters. We're going to leave a blocker back. I don't think this 1 damage from the human matters too much. Want to make sure we leave a blocker back just so we don't die to removal spell plus hasty threat. Because we're not going to get another wedding announcement token since we're attacking with 2 creatures. And, oh, they're dead. Okay. Well, there we go. First win of the season achieved. Alrighty, our opponent's going first. We have 3 tapped lands against Polywog here. Kept 7. We have Infernal Grasp on 3. Liliana on 4. 2 Farewells of Cleanup. I think we're gonna take it and see what happens. Plains here, probably some sort of aggro deck, Luminarch Vector, making our keep look poor so far. Scoured Barrens. This probably is going to be a matchup where Farewell does come in handy. Question is, can we get there? Luminarch Veteran coming in for 1. No creature there is big. Not being able to play the Bank Buster here is obviously not ideal. Next turn, having a Infernal Grasp up will be nice. Well, they might have Resolute and 4 reinforcements. 2 mana, 2/2. Oh, across 2 bodies, so it's a 1/1 on each body. Did not have it though. Okay, Mirror. They're the Orzhov deck as well. Let's see what we get here. Sky Crier. You and target opponent each draw a card. Flying Lifelink. I like drawing cards. I also need to get cards out of my hand, especially if they're going to make us draw as well. I'm going to get this Bank Buster out, just also in case we need to hit land drops next turn. Hopefully we draw a land naturally, but we haven't been able to thus far this game. Scoured Barrens. Okay. The question here, do you want to play Liliana or Graveyard Trespasser? If we play Graveyard Trespasser and they slam Black Source Liliana, it's pretty bad for us. They didn't play a land that turn though, so I don't think they have it. So I'm going to just try to resolve our Trespasser. It's hard to kill. They are leaving a removal spell up. It's going to cost them a card and whatever they use to kill the creature. And we have no more effects. We're going to pass the turn. Sarah Paragon. Okay. That's a good one. They can't bring anything back this turn. They don't have anything in their graveyard. Graveyard Trespasser is good against that card. Okay, flying, 1 in the air. Be able to draw some lands here, which has been pretty nice. I think we're going to kill this Sarah Paragon and eat it with our Graveyard Trespasser. We want to be able to draw a card with this Bank Buster. So I don't think we're going to play the Liliana. Liliana doesn't get that much value, killing a 1/1 or 2. Doesn't seem that great. We have a Farewell if we really want to clean up some of these creatures. Might also draw a Path to Peril with our Bank Buster. Didn't want to attack with a Luminarch Veteran. What if they want to block the Graveyard Trespasser? I might offer this trade. Probably not with anything in the graveyard, though. Equipment there, so they're going to be sacrificing a creature, and I'm going to be drawing 2 cards. If I draw an untapped Black Source, I'm definitely going to attack with this Graveyard Trespasser. Did not draw the untapped Black Source, but argument there to be made for using the Bank Buster, but I did not want to lose my Bank Buster exactly in that fashion, although they can kill it with this Sky Crier anyway. Okay. Opponent's fighting a good fight. Don't think they're gonna like our turn this turn though. Just play the spells that matter.
Nobody knows Dominaria shadows like me.
Liliana, cut down, get their creatures gone, and then we're gonna graveyard Trespasser, their graveyard value here. Played 2 spells, so we flip our creature, but obviously it's pretty worth it in that scenario. Okay, it's a good counter to what we have going on. Liliana here off this Elspeth would be pretty bad. Okay, that's not great for us either. So let's see what our opponent has in hand. Nothing we can take. This Halo Fountain could get annoying. This Farewell might end up being the truth for us. I think we want them to attack. If they attack and pass and don't do anything else, obviously they would plus, but then they do have Destroy Evil up on what would be a 4/4 Trespasser, so they don't play anything that would flip. My guess is they are going to play a Halo Fountain either way though, and we would like it if they attacked the Liliana, so I'm gonna just pass. My hands here it's pretty good, so not too worried about it. They can have the Liliana. It did its job. Got a creature. Flying. Okay. They didn't want me to block. Probably would not have anyway. If I have Death Touch on a creature, I'm really partial to First Strike, since just any damage can kill any creature. So Halo Fountain though is gonna get them some value for sure. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't read Halo Fountain adequately. It untaps that creature. That is good. Might just be Invoke Despair here to get rid of their Elspeth. Probably should not have played the land there in case I drew a tapped land. I did not. Didn't get punished. But okay, let's see. I have a Graveyard Trespasser in the graveyard that I'll get back. I won't be getting it back, okay. Not returning anything with that, okay. I think it's time for a Farewell to hit the table next turn. Might be pretty hard to rebuild for them without their Halo Fountain and all that. This Halo Fountain is grinding us to dust in value, so yep. Just gonna select all the modes there. Now they have a Take Up the Shield with no creatures in play. We have a Shieldred on tap. Adeline, okay, good draw. Good thing Cut Down is still Salt answered there. Probably will attempt to cut down it in the response. They play a creature. They didn't. I think I want to use Cut Down on my turn. That way I can get an attack with a Sheldred in. Make them use that card. I guess I did. Exile the graveyards. I think I'm gonna get a... I can't get Invoke Despair actually. I already used my 2. I'm gonna get my own Elspeth for Splendid. And I'm gonna put lifelink on my Sheldred. Go back up to 13. Opponent definitely has to be wary of dying here. Runic shot, very good draw there. Luminarch, not bad. Can't kill my Elspeth. Obviously have the farewell for exiling the creatures. I'll be able to get the Sheldred back with the cruelty Gix. Maybe I don't want to exile the creatures. We'll see. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pass there. Let them lose a life, make them draw something to get rid of the Sheldred. The famed first strike death touch combo I was talking there. Oh, they do. They have something to kill the Elspeth. Okay, that was a good draw. Okay, I don't know if I would attack there. I guess it gets you 1 point and you wouldn't have it anyway, but you have one less blocker, I suppose. And we're kind of flooding out here. Them being able to get to the Elspeth last turn without sacrificing a creature was pretty big. I think I'm going to attack this turn. I'm going to take a big attack next turn, and then I'm going to farewell. That was a really good draw, but it took them 2 health. We have lethal. They're going to have to block. They're going to have us almost dead, but that is a-okay. Yep, just exile all creatures. They scoured Barrens, and now we're in a top deck war. Opponent's drawn well to get out of this. Another solid draw there is going to make us draw something we did not. Drawn a lot of lands. Announcements. Not enough if they have a removal spell. Wow. Uh-oh. Well done to our opponent. Good game. Alright, 3 land hand with some early removal and Liliana or Graveyard Trespasser on 3. That looks like a keep to me. Path of Peril, interesting draw if they're a go wide deck. Oh, there could be some indication that they are. Gonna want to kill this Jadar before they get to their end step. See what they play though. Kill a jar and the Jadar in response to this procession. We don't want them to get their value too easily there. Decayed, they're gonna lose that there. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and play our Graveyard Trespasser. Eat their Jadar, gain a life. Now we're looking pretty good. They're on 4 cards, we're on 5, and we have a pretty good battlefield presence. The Graveyard Trespasser. Liliana here would be a little devastating, but anything that targets the Graveyard Trespasser we're not that worried about. Still have to draw a card. Pass the turn. Liliana is not long for this world, but we want to get attacking. We think they might have a removal spell since they looked at our Glutton. either way, I think we're trying to get rid of things in their graveyard. We're going to lose to Liliana, but I think that's a sacrifice we need to make here. Since we think they have the removal spell for the Glutton anyway, based on how they hovered over our creature with mana open. Yep, they had it anyway, so I think might as well get our attack in while they can, since they're going to be able to kill our Liliana. Next turn, we'll be able to drop an Elspeth Resplendent on an empty board, which is always an enviable position. Hopefully we minus into something good. We have a lot of 3-drops, which is part of the deck construction, also why we're kind of lower on Sheldred. So let's see if it pays off. Wedding announcement, perfect. Shield counter on the announcement, probably not going to be that relevant against a mono black deck. And it wasn't. That's the end of the game. Alright, on the play, that's a fortunate spot to be in. On the play with a turn 3 wedding announcement as our initial play. I don't mind that. A little slow, but our deck's kind of built around slow. We're going to lead off with a Scour Barons. Opponent has taken a mulligan to 5, which is never something you want to start out against a value-based mid-range deck. If I was in my opponent's spot, I'd be hoping I was on ramp or something that is pretty good against mid-range decks, since they could go over the top. But it looks like they're on mono black, which is not an enviable spot to be in. Just gonna play the cards to do the things. Okay. Loaded Peacekeeper. Probably gonna name Infernal Grasp. Probably gonna use my whole turn to get them anyway. Not really sure why they would name anything else, since we're gonna Infernal Grasp their creature. And see, as you can see, that was a good name, because now we have to use our whole turn to kill their anointed Peacekeeper instead of being able to kill their anointed Peacekeeper and play our Bankbuster had they not chosen the Infernal Grasp. I'm going to take a peek at our opponent's hand. Wow, Toxrill. They're a long way away from casting Toxrill. Don't think I'm going to take that. And these other two creatures aren't really scary. This is a duplicate legendary creature. I think Elspeth is the clear take there. And I want some 2/2s, so I'm not going to throw away creatures to draw a card. Okay, lots of options here to get off the Cruelty of Gix. Don't have a way to remove the Sheldred, but I think we're going to give him the rub-ins and just get this Elspeth after we took theirs. And they're pretty far away from their own Invoke Despair. They'd have to draw exactly untapped black source, so I think we're going to be okay with that if they do, and we're going to get aggressive. I'm going to hold the Takanuma. I'm not sure if I want to use it to get back this Elspeth Resplendent if they did draw the black source, which they did, for an Invoke Despair next turn. Are they going to attack our Elspeth? That's a question I'll have to decide. I think I'm going to take up with Lifelink again. Okay, I'm going to take this Peacekeeper and make them cost more on their Toxrill. Yep, GG's. We could have discarded the Toxrill and brought it back, but taking the Elspeth, I think, was the move. Alright, opponent is going first with 2 lands. If we draw any untapped land by turn 3, the hand is pretty good. I'll keep. No removal spell. Could be tough, but if we draw lands, our hand will be good. Farewell, a good draw against blue or green-white if they are indeed the green-white enchantment go wide deck. Gonna need to live to get there though. Definitely possible we don't live, especially if we miss a land drop. If we're not gonna draw a land, drawing a cut down is probably the next best thing. Venom Connoisseur. Okay, let's see what they got. Okay, Citizen's Crowbar. Pretty indifferent to the two here as to which one to kill. And they can re-equip the crowbar anyway, so I think we're just gonna save the 2 damage and hope to draw a land so we can eat the creature, and we did. Good at the game. We're pretty fine with them playing any removal spell here, as it'll likely take up their entire turn if it can kill a Trespasser. And in that event, we'll be able to Liliana minus. If they did have a fight spell here, they give +1/+1. And they were able to play a second creature and make Liliana a lot worse, but I think we're in a spot where they either have to choose between killing the Trespasser or developing their board. If they don't kill a Trespasser, having it on the board is going to be nice. They did decide they wanted to get rid of the Trespasser. Going to have to pay the 1-card penalty for that one. Question is, can they develop their board some more with another creature? Excuse me, I'm not sure what Hold for Ransom here does. Okay, can't attack or block. Good spot for Liliana. Hand has worked out beautifully here, then it'll be drawing land. Definitely still a risk that we wouldn't draw land. I think on average we're probably hitting the 3rd land drop, but not the 4th land drop on time. So pretty fortunate to hit that 4th land drop. We didn't really need it for too much. We're just going to tick up here. Cruelty gets worse when you're not sure they'll have a bunch of cards left in their hand. So I'm going to discard that. Looks like they have a forest in their hand. Definitely could have another land in their hand based on the fact they didn't play anything that turn. Let's see. Behind my Liliana. Not sure what removal they would quite have for the Liliana. Just passing the turn. Question is, do you think I'll need this Farewell? I'm thinking I'm not going to need this Farewell. It's going to be pretty hard for them to get a critical mass of enchantments on the battlefield to dodge these Invoked Despairs.
We all have things we'd rather.
Even if it takes me a while to draw a card, a land card, that is, to cast Invoke Despair. They have some 5-mana do-nothing sorceries in their deck, so hand could be full of another one of those or another land. Or a removal spell they aren't too keen on casting against my 1/1s. Seems to be the... Okay, create a 1/1. They could equip the crowbar and kill my wedding announcement before it flips. Well, they can attack Liliana directly. That's fine by me.
Watch it.
Join the dance. Okay, going wide. I don't think I'm going to take up Liliana. I think I'm just going to pass the turn here. If they want to get through by 2/2s, they're going to have to sacrifice the crowbar. Then I can just block as 1/1s, and I'll be 1/1s against 1/1s. I have 3, they'll have 5 by the end of it, but at least I'll be able to block this turn. Also have my removal spell. I'll definitely double block. These tokens are primed for blocking duty. Even though I'm not using Liliana right now, I think I'd rather block than let it die. They're going to block at some point down the road anyway. Or just run afoul to some sweepers I might find. Second winning announcement. In this instance, I think I am going to plus Liliana so that I can block 2 and keep Liliana alive. I don't think they had too much in their graveyard. We didn't either. Cruelty of Gix really would only be on that main tutor chapter, and I think I'd rather have removal spell or invoke despair over 5 mana tutor at this point in the game. Okay, I misblocked. And we're really not finding any lands here. Any one land, and we're doing pretty well. We're gonna take this attack since we're gonna have 2/2s eventually, leaving us in a much better spot. I think I am going to attack. I do really just want to draw a land. So I'll draw an extra card off the wedding announcement. Even if I don't get to block those 1/1s this turn, I'm at pretty high life total. There's the lands. Now the invoke despair has become a lot better. Opponent's flooding out a bit, but their mana base does include the sack draw card lands. Mine doesn't. Orzhov doesn't have that, but green-white does. They get a bunch of Gathering Throngs. See how many their deck has. At least one. Okay, playing some 3/1s. They're certainly getting value here. So I'm going to be able to make them sack that enchantment so I get my Trespasser back. So I think I definitely want to cast this so I get my 4/4 blocker. And then maybe on the Elspeth next turn. As my big spell. Unless they play an enchantment, I really want to blow up with the Invoke Despair. I do have ways to discard things in their hand, but if they had drawn a removal spell, I kind of feel like I would want more of the Gathering Throngs in my hand, so that way I can pitch them to trespass a removal spell if I was the opponent. But opponent is doing their thing. They're gonna be able to draw a card here. It's at the expense of making a 1/1 and a creature. They don't want to do it, huh? Yep, I think our best play is to be the fun police and get rid of all creatures. So, because we're gonna do that, we're just gonna alpha swing. No creatures in the graveyard, really. Take a land, I suppose. Opponent takes it all. Creatures and artifacts. Alright, opponent. Let's see you use the concede button. Live to fight another day. Okay. Let's minus something else past, see what we can get. Getting the shield counter of planeswalkers is pretty valuable, so I'm gonna go there. We already have a lot of cards in hand, so I don't really feel like I need a whole bunch of extra cards. Hold for ransom in their hands. They did have a bunch of cards they would not have played there that weren't lands, like hold for ransom or take to this reach, and they wouldn't have played this until we plus either. Okay, Rumor Gatherer is gonna eat this cut down. Deals 6 damage to him with his Invoke Despair, so we can't draw anything here to kill them. We did not. Alright. 1 life against 2 planeswalkers opponent. Let's see it. Let's see the best comeback begin. Wedding announcement. That's not a bad start. Just gonna play everything out. Do it in that order so that the Liliana resolves last, so that way we don't have to discard anything. And they are dead. They cannot contest our guy in the air, so not going to waste anyone else's time here. We're just going to attack. Good game. Alright, we're here for the wrap-up with our Orzhov build. Overall, I think the deck performed like we thought it would. Farewell came in handy in a few spots, and also in one of those games you saw that it really just stuck in our hand. We got ahead on the board with a lot of our other 1-for-1 removal spells that our deck is generally built around, and we got ahead and didn't really need the Farewell, and it was basically drawing blank cardboard. We used it to exile graveyards, and that's not really what you want a 6-mana spell to be doing, but it's nice that it has the flexibility to do so. Other than that, we had a pretty good record with the deck. Only taking 1 loss. We did play in bronze rank, so you'll see a variety of deck levels there. But overall, I think if you have the cards, I would definitely try out this deck. I think having a heavier theme on 2s and 3s over your 4-mana like Sheldred spells is pretty good. I like the one-ofs with Cruelty of Gix, so you can decide if we need Tenacious Underdog for constant value. Every turn you need to draw a card. The Sheldred if you really are in a pinch and you want to gain life or drain life. Sorin is also a good card that just creates multiple pieces of cardboard with 1 card. You get the 2/3 black vampire creature token with lifelink. The lifelink is really helpful in this deck, where a lot of your effects make you take damage, like Infernal Grasp or your Tenacious Underdog Blitz, or your Cruelty of Gix second ability. But overall, I think it's a good deck, and I think if you're going into best of 1, you'll be well armed to take on the best of 1 meta with this deck. With that being said, I would love to play the audience's deck. So you who are watching this video, there's a Google Forms down in the description. I would love for you to send me your deck, and I'll give you a shout out if you would like as well. I'll give you a spot to put a little paragraph of about the deck, or really about anything that I'll read on the videos here to the audience. And just remember that wherever you are, whenever you are, I want you to have a magical day.